Hey guys, today's topic is all about calling a public API and displaying in UI using React Native. React Native apps can be developed in two ways. So first one using React Native CLI, second using Expo CLI. I'll be continuing with Expo here. So to create one Expo project, we have to run npx create Expo app, then project name. After that, to do cd project name. To run React Native app, we have to run npx expo start for iOS I, Android A, and for web W we have to type. So our code is ready now. So let's run this and to view in simulator. So it's going on. So yeah, I can see React Native API call, which I'm updating part of the text. So this is the dummy code to just review it. Now we'll proceed with our API calls. I'm going to create one folder named components. Under that there are two files. One is HTTP example and other one is HTTP flash list. So under HTTP example, we are going to call one API which will return some text, and that text we have to display in our UI. And in HTTP flat list, we are going to call another API that will return one list of items that we can show in our flat list. That is the plan. Okay, let's go with the HTTP example. And here we need to import React and the required components like view, text, style sheet. Let's import these things that will come from React Native. So let's continue with this. Yeah, I'm just typing it. So here there are multiple public APIs, but let's go with one free API. So here I'm scrolling it and going to the page where we can use this. So let's see, this is board, yeah, Coindesk, yeah, cat facts. Let's go with the, you can use anything, not different page also. I added it there while face call in use effect. I added that http catfact.ninja/fact, and I'm handling the then promises like response. I'm getting response.json, and that I'm storing it in a use state. So finally, if there are any errors, then store it in error block. Now this much is ready, and I'm now going to populate in UI. So I'm going to update here, return, and here you have to add view. So under view we can add one more text. So the text, it will be loading, like if data is there, then update this data.fact, otherwise some hard coded value loading. So the data.fact, meaning that fact is the key from website, will get the response. Yeah, and I'm finally going to add this HTTP example in app.js. Right now it's not showing, I need to import it. So once we'll import, then this will be good. So this is done now. So I'm going to run this application in simulator. So it's going on. So once it's done, we can see the dynamic values of the cat API. So wait for some time and see the result in our simulator. By that time you can review the code. Yeah, I can see that values here, and if I rerun, I typed R here in terminal and it's again showing different value. Let's go with the text and run in browser and reload it. Each time it is showing different values, and same way simulator also, once we'll reload, it will update to different value. That's fine. Now let's go with some styling part, as it's not looking good. So add some container, add some textiles. So under that we can add some values. So textile, here some alignment, margin top, left, right, alignment, item, center. These values I added. Let's update to some 120 is looking be higher range. Let's update to 30. Yeah, this is good. So we can make it a center align, proper center align. We can add some justify content values, so it will move to center. Yeah, this is looking better. So this is the one, it's done with this API call, and we are able to get the expected result. Next, go to the next one, HTTP flat list. Here also same way you have to import few things, and I'm going to add use effect and use state that will be used in our application. And here some UI values, view, text, flat list, style set, these things. And here I'm installing Axios. You can see in the terminal. So after installing the Axios, we can able to do the API calls. So let's take one use state where we can store data for the response. And there are two more use states. We can use one for loading and one for error. And finally go with the use effect. And there under use effect, we can call this API. Let's create one async method under that. And under that async method, we can call the API. So for now, we'll go with this method. So here fetch data we are doing and async. So that's the method. Under this, we can complete this. It's type of array function. So looks like that. So here we can add this const response equal to await axios.get API URL, and set data. We are doing saving this data in use state. So here this is done, and as of now I have not updated the API URL that we can take it from one free API from web. That is done. So here I'm doing these things and handling the catch block if any error and loading. Now here if there is something is loading, we can add the activity indicator in the view, and that we can display. And once this loading is not there, if there is some error, then we can handle the error. At last we can handle what we are going to view it. So next thing I am going to handle here is error, just like how loading is handled here. So let's go and write this here. So if there is something called error, yeah, the line number 14 I'm using this use state. So storing in 26 line number. So here if error, if it's there is some error, then we can go with um, update something message like there is some issue, and I'm going to add that text here. So text, under that text we can update those values, so that user will come to know if there is some error or some issues. Yeah, I'm just updated here. So next one, once this is done, at last step we are going to do, yeah, let's take the API first before proceeding. Let's take the pre API, that something I used before. Yeah, JSON placeholder type code, something parameter is there. So here we can see list of items. Same thing I'm going to add it here. Yeah, this is done. So now I'm going to write this, yeah, written part of the code. Here under that view there is one flat list, and on that flat list we are loading the values. So here I'm going to add http flat list instead of example, just to test that. So let's go and check that, and we can review that file also to see if there is anything to be handled. I think as of now we are good. Let's go and check these values in our simulator. Yeah, before that you can review this flat list has some data, a key extractor we are using, that item.id, render item. So under that we are using that item dot title and item dot body. So these two are we are getting from web, and it will load it here without any css, any um, css we are going to load, and just to see how it is looking like. So let's go and see. Yeah, this is how it is looking without any divider and thing. So here you can see in the web there is one field called title and one more field called body and id. Id is unique one which can be used for key extractor properties. There we can use it to differentiate. And here title and body we are loading it. Now I'm going to add some styles. One is container is for outer view, and in item container is for inner view. We can add it there, background color, maybe some value we can add, as per requirement, or as per which is looking good, that we can add it here. So now this value is looking something, a pink color. So let's add some more constraints to look better, like some border radius or padding, something we can add it here. So 20 pixel, then border radius also we can add. After that, margin vertical can add as, let's say, 8 pixel, and border radius is 5 pixel. So now review it. Yeah, this is looking better now. And now next one will be adding some title text to make it bold, or add some font weight. So that will be for specific to text. So its font is 18 pixel, 18 font size, and font weight is bold. So after that, if we do, and we have to add these things in constants, we have to set up that. Then after that, it will be handle and it will update there. So this is how it is updating. You can see it in simulator how it is looking like. Yeah, for now, if you want the detailed code, you can go to my GitHub page and React Native API call. The same code you can get it. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of this learning journey. Keep up the great work, and I will see you in the next lesson. Happy studying.